In the news, contractors put finishing touches to Mobile Ikare Junction dualization in Owo. Kano Governorship Poll Appeal Court reserves judgment. President Tinubu off to Saudi Arabia to attract foreign direct investment. And from the foreign scene, about 157 people die in Nepal earthquake.
Good evening to you, and thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on Osrc television. I am Oyewumi Ayinigbara. Residents of Owo in Ondo State have heaved a sigh of relief as contractors are putting final touches to the dualization of Mobile FMC Ikare Junction Road in the town. Osrc correspondent Omorion Laungbiji, who visited the area, reports that the asphalt overlaying is about being completed.
This road project from Ikare Junction to Mobile Axis was a busy single-lane road where citizens from different parts of the state passed through to receive medical treatment from the Federal Medical Center, Owo. It is also the preferred link road for road users and commuters from Akoko area and Ifon Axis to the ancient town. The 4.7-kilometer dualization project, which commenced few years ago, has all the drainages completed, while work is in progress on other structures, making the newly dualized road. The asphalt lane is almost completed to the Mobile roundabout, as residents commended the state government for living up to the expectations of the people.
It's single lane, but now it's double lane. We can move smoothly. So from here to Mobile now, we cannot use more than 3-4 minutes before we can spend up to 10 minutes. The road is now okay now.
The road is not okay before. The road is very rough. Even not only this road, all the road in this our town, even one place at Odomoko, leg cannot pass there, talk less of Okada. But now, it's free for everybody. Even our town is better than before. We really enjoy the roads. I always pray for our governor all the time for what he has done in our town.
Okay, you can't compare this present road with the former one. This one is very, very okay and very, very beautiful, comfortable, comfortable for everybody. Both the Okada rider, we that used to tread, the motors and other people like that. So it's very, very okay.
According to them, the double lane project will go a long way in reducing incessant accidents on the road.
You know, before it's just a one way, one road like this, but now it's 2 roads. So anybody coming from this side, you will know that that side, you will know how to cross the road. That if you take time of your left self, you will cross it very normally without no problem. So it is very easy to cross this time around.
The benefit is to enlarge our business, then for the town to be popular, more popular.
The project manager, Elias Ezu, who confirmed that the project is at 80% completion, assured that it would be delivered within the next 3 months.
The 85% approximately we pass from this project. I think by December or end of February, by God's grace, we're supposed to finish this main road. And because also we have small streets around us here, we prepare. But this road, by God's grace, I think January we start asphalt it and we finish everything here.
As at the time of filing this report, contractors, consultants, and personnel from the State Ministry of Land and Infrastructure were on site to ensure that the project is carried out according to specifications. Omoriola Hungbeji, OSRC News.
Technology adoption to broadcasting in Nigeria, as it is all over the world, will be an evolving trend in the face of advancement in information communication. And for broadcast outfits like Osrc TV and Orange 94.5 FM, evolving alongside this trend for audience benefit in fulfilling its gap-bridging role between government and the people in full swing. Osrc Said Arabisala takes a look at the growing ICT capacity of Osrc TV and Orange 94.5 FM.
Statistics from Nigeria Communications Commission reveals that Nigeria ranks 11th in terms of internet penetration and 7th in terms of mobile phone usage globally. In figures, Nigeria has 82% of Africa's telecom subscribers and 29% internet consumption. With projections of more migrations to the online space, Ondo State Radio Corporation is moving to meet the ever-changing audience demands with renewed investment in both human and infrastructural components of information communication technology.
The role of information dissemination
Benga
to the
Adedugbe,
society.
a legal practitioner, is an ardent follower of the media group stations. He has been able to follow events in the state and across Nigeria on Osrc TV and Orange FM online platforms, and this gives him confidence in view of the prevalence of fake news in society.
The first time I saw the OSRC on Facebook, I was very excited because most of the time now, or generally now, people don't use these terrestrial antennas again. But having access through Facebook make it easier and cheaper. And it gives you the confidence that you are actually getting the correct news. So I was very happy. And I believe OSRC can do more.
To set the vision on course, the Osrc Media Group created a dedicated ICT unit and online editing desk for efficiency.
The foray into online broadcasting and content dissemination has been that of careful, well thought out engagement. At my end as the online editor of the media group, it's been a lot of hard work because of the marching order of management to ensure that all our content are error-proof, and then they are also accurate, up-to-date, and they are also things that you find highly competitive with other organizations. For us, we can boldly say that we've been able to do our bit in ensuring that Osrc Media Group has a new name, a leading name, as it were, in digital online content provision and dissemination.
The Osrc TV and Orange 94.5 FM continues to solidify its inroad on social media with thousands of followers across platforms like Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube.
On our terrestrial TV now, it's now brighter. The production and the output too is brighter, and it's of good quality. What we are watching now is we just finished watching our online our news, our world news, and this is exactly what is happening in our studio, and this is what we are watching on our online, on our social media platforms. That's our YouTube. You can watch this on our YouTube. You can watch it on our Facebook. You can watch it also on our Twitter. So that is exactly what I say by saying people in diaspora can as well listen and watch and know what is happening in their own states.
The Deputy Director of News, Osrc TV, Taiwo Ibitoye, and Head of News, Orange 94.5 FM, Bimpe Akindele, said the online deployment is a boost to do more in bridging the gaps between government and the people.
We are not experimenting. It's what we base our operations on now, because we have Ondo State people across the globe, and we ensure that whatever, even before transmitting on the terrestrial, we ensure that we give immediacy to our operation. You know that you do a report today and you are expecting someone in Canada or UK or America to be waiting for endlessly to get to know what is happening in Ondo State.
There's always every need to key into ICT, and that's why it is helping all our online media platforms. We encourage feedback because it is what we do. When people give us feedback, we know how well to maybe moderation, correct.
The chairman, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, describes technology convergence as the most important thing in today's broadcasting.
We want to be the foremost media organization in Ondo State with the most satisfied audience. And I think we are very passionate about this. We recognize that the most important tool of governance is information. And the founders of this station, indeed the Ondo State government, especially under the governor of Ondo State, has placed premium attention on the functions of this organization. As a matter of fact, I will boastfully say that this corporation has enjoyed a lot of support from Mr. God. We knew we needed the IT as the backbone of all our opportunities. We knew we needed to create a department for that. We knew we needed to employ people who are knowledgeable about this. This we did. We knew we needed to equip them. That we did. We knew we needed to establish platforms for all our stations. We have done that. And like I said, we needed a backbone to then run all of these things, which is what we got through our partnership with iWorld for a limitless bandwidth support for all our activities. So we feel that it has been a very good experience.
Today, the organization is in partnership with one of Nigeria's most formidable internet service and delivery companies, iWorld International.
We have access and we have a wider range because of the technologies we're using, because of the social media platforms and what is available to us right now.
Won't you rather check out the platforms today? On Facebook, Osrc TV, Orange 94.5 FM. On X, formerly known as Twitter, Osrc TV Ondo, Orange 94.5 FM. Our website, www.orangefm.com.ng and www.osrc.ng, and on YouTube, Osrc TV. Sahid Arabisala, Osrc News.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja as a reserved. I take that story again. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State to challenge its removal by the Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal. During Monday's proceedings, Wali Alanikbeko, the counsel to Governor Abba, asked that the judgment of the tribunal be set aside. While disagreeing on the ruling on ballot papers, the senior lawyer said this was the first time in history that a tribunal will annul an election over non-signing of the back of ballot papers. Counsel for the All Progressives Congress APC, Akin Oluchimi, however, countered him, saying the appeal court stated emphatically that the non-signing of ballots amounted to electoral malpractices. The appeal court panel subsequently reserved judgment, saying a date would be communicated to the parties. A three-member panel of judges led by Justice Oluyemi Osadebe sat Yusuf on September 20, 2023 by declaring 165,663 of his votes invalid because they were not signed or stamped by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Meanwhile, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has sat Musa Iyasu Kwakwaso of the All Progressives Congress and restated Yusuf Umar Dati of the New Nigerian People's Party in the Kura Madobi Garun Manam Federal Constituency election in Kano State. The free panel led by Justice Tunde Oyebamiji Awotsoye allowed an appeal by Yusuf Dati and averred that the tribunal was wrong to have counted the date of the appellant's resignation on the date of his party's primary election, and that Section 77 of the Electoral Act was misapplied, saying no court has jurisdiction on the issue of membership of the party. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has urged supporters to avoid violence and abide by the rules ahead of the November 11 governorship elections in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State. He made the call in Abuja amid fears of violence in Imo and Kogi States. Ganduje stated that President Bola Tinubu's wish is a credible election in a free state on Saturday. The APC chieftain said the party will abide by all rules guiding the electoral process. The APC chairman also advocated for more political sensitization for Nigerians to ensure strong political parties. And meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has tasked the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on the early arrival of sensitive and non-sensitive election materials during Saturday's governorship polls in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State. PDP National Organizing Secretary Omar Bature stated this in Abuja at Election Security Parley in Abuja. He charged the Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun to identify ringleaders of electoral violence in the Free State to deflate violence. The PDP chieftain added that if President Bola Tinubu sustained his assurance that he has no candidate in the polls despite being a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, the level of violence will noticeably reduce before, during, and after the polls. In the meantime, the Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has ordered the redeployment of the Commissioner of Police in charge of Imo State, Mohammed Badi, to the force headquarters. A statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer Olumiyiwa Adejobi in Abuja said the redeployment of the CP ahead of the 11 November governorship election in the state was in line with his commitments to ensuring neutrality in the election. He explained that the decision to reshuffle the CP underscores the police force's unwavering dedication to upholding the rule of law throughout the electoral proceedings. He therefore urged the electorate to cooperate with the police and other security agencies by adhering to the law to ensure a smooth and successful election. You're still watching Osrc House News at 7. After the break, we bring you more stories. Please stay with us. Thank you very much for rejoining us on the news tonight, and you can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. Peter Obi of the Labour Party has described the Supreme Court judgments that affirmed Bola Tinubu's election as Nigeria's president as a breach of the citizen trust in the judiciary. The Apex Court had some weeks ago dismissed the appeals of Obi, who contested under the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, and that of his People's Democratic Party PDP counterpart Atiku Abubakar, challenging Tinubu's victory at the Presidential Election Petition Court (PEPC). Obi, in his reaction to the Supreme Court ruling, accused the Apex Court of ignoring evidence, which is said further dampens citizens' trust in the judiciary. And now, the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, failed to appear before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory today. This is despite an order of a trial judge, Justice Olukayode Adeniyi, for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to produce him in court for hearing of his motion on fundamental rights enforcement. Justice Adeniyi had last week ordered the anti-graft agency to release the former CBN governor unconditionally or produce him in court for the hearing of a motion determining his bail. The court is now adjourned till Wednesday, November 8th, for a hearing of Emefiele's motion on notice and for his counsel to provide additional documents. It also restated its November 2 order for Emefiele's unconditional release or to produce him in court on Wednesday. President Bola Tinubu will travel to Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for the next few days in what has been termed an aggressive push to promote Nigeria and attract foreign direct investment. Presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngilali said the president will be attending the Saudi Africa Summit and the Arab African Summit, which are scheduled to hold on the 10th and 11th November 2023. According to the presidential spokesman, the president in Saudi Arabia will discuss several issues of mutual concern with respect to economic ties between the regions and with respect to the issues of counter-terrorism, the environment, and agriculture. Nginali said Tinubu, in his capacity as the chairman of the Authority of Heads of Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, will be taking part in the summit and ensuring that he is at the forefront of advocating for deepening the partnership between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Nigeria. Student Association. Our High School or Student Association has rolled out a week-long activities to mark the 60th anniversary of the school. Addressing journalists at the press conference in Owo to kickstart the activities, National President of the Association, Dr. Folusha Falai, said various developmental projects have been completed for inauguration during the anniversary. We'll bring you the full reports in a subsequent bulletins. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has urged President Bola Tinubu to allocate at least 15% of the 2024 annual budget to the health sector. The president of the association, Dr. Dele Abdullahi, was speaking with newsmen while decrying the exclusion of the health sector from the 2023 supplementary budget. This was even as the Joint Health Sector Union said the health sector was too important to be neglected in the supplementary budget. NERD and Joesa said it was unfortunate that the health sector was excluded from the supplementary budget despite its poor state. The Nigerian Army 81 Division Lagos has prevented a suicide attempt by a woman identified as Mrs. Francisca Spark. The Army, in a statement by the Acting Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Olabisi Olalekon Ayeni, said the woman was rescued after she jumped into the Lagos Lagoon around 81 Division Officers Mess, Marina, Lagos. The General Officer Commanding of the 81 Division, Major General Mohammed Takuti Usman, however, commended the soldiers for being observant and for their ingenuity, courage, and gallantry. It therefore assured residents of the Army's dedication to safeguarding their well-being, particularly in times of crisis. The Abia State government says the details of the 70 horses recovered in the forest around the Lopanta cattle market in the Umoichi local government area of the state are with security agencies. The Abia State Governor, Alex Orti, said security agents uncovered 70 decomposing corpses and numerous skeletons during a raid of the forest around the cattle markets. The governor explained that the situation informed the decision by the administration to convert the market from a weekly market to a daily market to ensure the security of lives. The leaders of the northern community in the market, however, said there was a move by the governor as a ploy to eject them, adding that they were not aware of the discovery of the said corpses. And on the foreign scene, 15 people have lost their lives in Kenya as floods swept away scores of houses and devastated farmland following torrential rains. The Kenya Red Cross said heavy rainfall pounded the country, particularly the bone-dry north, in recent days and sent water gushing into homes and submerging roads, with similar scenes playing out across other parts of East Africa. As of yesterday, 15,264 households have been affected, while more than 1,000 livestock have died, and at least 240 acres of agricultural farmland have been destroyed. In October, the United Nations Humanitarian Agency predicted that Eastern Africa would likely encounter heavier than normal rains over the October-December period due to the El Nino phenomenon. Also, Kenya's Meteorological Department warned last week that the heavy rains were likely to be accompanied by gusty winds. The United Kingdom has issued travel advisory to its citizens, warning them against traveling to Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa states in view of the off-cycle elections taking place in the Free State on November 11. The warning came after the U.S. issued an alert warning its citizens against threat of attacks on hotels in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office in the travel advisory issued on November 4, 2023, also advised against all travels to the states of Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Gombe, Kaduna, Katsina, Zamfara, and the riverine areas of Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River states. The travel advisory comes amid heightened concerns about the possibility of violence during the upcoming gubernatorial elections. Five people, including 2 children, have been killed and several others injured after a car plowed into a bear garden in regional Australia. Victoria Police Chief Commissioner Chan Parton said the car had collided with a large object before hitting a number of people at tables outside the pub about 110 kilometers northwest of Melbourne. Police said 4 people died at the scene while a girl died in hospital as 5 other people, including an 11-month-old baby, are in hospital being treated for injuries. Parton said police had yet to speak to the 66-year-old driver of the vehicle as he was being treated in hospital, and the cause of the incident was still unclear.
The nights are cold in Nepal's Ram districts, but these people have no choice but to sleep here and wait for help. After a powerful earthquake destroyed their homes, they only have blankets and a small fire to keep them warm.
Our village has been totally destroyed. We don't have anything left to eat. Whatever food we had is buried under the rubble of our fallen houses.
Most houses in this area were damaged or destroyed in Friday's earthquake.
The government should help us as our houses and everything has been lost.
Authorities estimate at least 200 people were injured when the earthquake struck in the middle of the night.
I was sleeping on the top floor. The middle floors totally collapsed when I was thrown. I thought I would die for sure, but here I am. I survived.
Earthquakes are common in Nepal, but this is the worst to eat since 2015. Officials are still trying to find survivors or dead in destroyed homes. Cremations are underway.
I found that my daughter, my son-in-law, and grandson had died. It took us 2 hours to take their bodies out and bring them here.
Many here now face immense difficulties, unsure of what they will eat or where they will sleep, and the most difficult challenge is saying goodbye to their loved ones. Sahib.
And now to sports. Following a series of reports of poor performance, the Nigerian Football Federation Refereeing Development Committee has announced the preliminary suspension of 14 referees in the Nigerian Premier Football League. A statement signed by the NFF Referees Committee, the affected officials are suspended until when the appropriate technical evaluation of poor performance leveled against them are determined to be either right or wrong. The affected officials are referee Bawa Buhari, who was in charge of match day 2 tie between Niger Tornadoes and Rivers United. Referee Chukwuka Jalov and assistant referee Akinwale Tomiwa, who were in charge of the match day 4 action between Niger Tornadoes and Bayelsa United. The second assistant referee in the match day 5 action between Sporting Lagos and Niger Tornadoes of Mina, Zachariah Nde, was also suspended. Referee Saeed Abdulaziz and assistant referee Jimmy Amuborie were penalized for their roles in the match day 5 tie between Gombe United and Plateau United. And referee Brown Ebenezer and assistant referee Atuo Morrison received the armor for their poor handling of the match day 6 tie between Quarry United and Sporting Lagos, while all the 4 officials in charge of the match day 6 action between Sunshine Stars of Akure and Abia Warriors were also suspended. Referee Mamu Maliki and assistant referee Sunday Azi were also penalized for not living to expectations in the match day 7 tie between Bendel Insurance and Remo Stars. The committee further requested a full video of the affected matches for proper evaluation of decisions and performances of the officials. And with that sports story, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at the top stories. We told you that contractors handling the mobile Ikare Junction Road realization in Owo is putting finishing touches to the project as residents commended Governor Akredelu's intervention. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has reserved judgment in the Kano governorship election. And we also told you that President Tinubu will visit Saudi Arabia to attract foreign direct investment. And from the foreign scene, about 157 people have lost their lives in the Nepal earthquake. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Good evening.